Hello everyone. Hi, how are you guys doing? So, what happened on June 11th and 12th? Apart from other changes that happened, what it also did, at least for me, it gave me certain clarity. So, when we were discussing about the new guidelines, I had a particular picture in mind, especially related to tech pathway. Okay, because tech pathway is something even I'm closely associated with. So I was kind of more interested in how the tech pathway will play out under the new guidelines. Okay. So that is what I was kind of a bit I won't say worried. I was more anxious about trying to understand what the impact will be. So let's discuss that. Okay. So when we were discussing the new guidelines and the new timeline, what was kind of the guidelines or the numbers that were declared for let me just quickly go to the screens. Okay, so the number of applications guidelines that were declared for tech pathway, right? I was under the impression that this particular number is the number of final application that would be accepted on 11th of June. That was my understanding, right? If I think I did a lot of videos, some of the lives in the WhatsApp groups also, I was telling that this was my understanding that the 30 applications on 11th of June would be for the final applications. So if just as a recap of what for those who might be new to Express Entry and to Accelerated Tech Pathway, Accelerated Tech Pathway works on a EOI NOI system, which basically means that the candidate will submit a EOI, expression of interest to Alberta. There was a web form. Again, there is a reason I'm saying there was. So there was a web form which users would to where the sorry if the candidate used to submit, and then Alberta would check it and then send something called a NOI. On that NOI email, there was a link to apply for accelerated. So that was the whole process. So what I was thinking is this express entry stream 30K would be only applicable to the NOI links. So say for example, Alberta has sent out 100 NOIs. But on this particular date, it will only accept 30 NOIs response for people who are able to complete their application, pay the fees and everything. But then during the day on 11th actually, what happened? Something happened like this. So we all everybody was trying to log in. So what happened that in the portal there were certain updates that was there. So if you look at the left image during the day, I think early during the day, the status changed to accepting initial application form, okay, which basically was the same form as the EOI form. So this particular screenshot on the left kind of um, cemented my belief that they will continue to accept the initial application form because it's not an application, right? It's not an application. It's you're not submitting any documents or anything. Right? So it's just a you just log into the immigration portal and show you something. It's not here. Okay, it's not here. So I think they have changed the message. So okay. So what happened was that was my understanding. So the screenshot on the left kind of cemented my that belief. But then during the day, the status changed on the as per the right screenshot where it says the target met. Then I was confused that why this status got to target met. And then when I went on to uh, the express entry page, so if you now go to the express entry page and go to the accelerated tech pathway, you get this message. you get the message that the tech pathway application target has been met. Check this page for future updates. So here there used to be a link for the initial application for the EOI, but they kind of took that away also. So now what it seems, it means that the numbers here that we are seeing here are for the EOIs also. Okay, so users, so once they enable that EOI link, I think you would be able to submit only 50 EOIs, which is very strange for me. I hope that this changes. My initial reaction when this happened was, well, they took this form during the day on 11th. They took out this form during the day on 11th. So my initial thought was they're trying to reduce the traffic to the website, because people are coming to this website. From there, they are jumping onto the the actual Aaip portal. So I thought that just to reduce the traffic, they took out this form so that people won't come and submit this form, right? Because people used to submit this form multiple times. Like, I have many people who submit this form a couple of times, because first time they didn't get any NOI. They submitted this form, they waited for a month, but nothing came through. At many times it happens, either it goes to the spam folder or trash folder. Somebody didn't notice, or there was some kind of issue for which they didn't receive any response from Aaip. So people have been submitting this multiple times. So right now there is no official declaration. Like, I was also checking the update section. So there is no official declaration on how on what would be the final position on the accelerated tech pathway, and how should the candidates read these numbers. Whether these numbers are EOI numbers or whether these are the NOI numbers. And this is very critical, right? If these are only the EOI numbers, then the next question would be, can we submit EOIs only on that day? So for example, 9th July is the next day. Like, if I'm a candidate, if I'm able to submit only EOI on 9th of July, right? So I submitted my EOI 9th of July. Obviously, I'll not get a response on 9th of July. I will get a response on 10th or 11th or maybe next week. If that is the case, I cannot submit my application on 9th of July. My application needs to be done, say, on 13th of August, right? So how does that impact, right? Or whether it's sometime between now and 9th of July, they will open up the application form, the initial application form, then I would be able to submit. And then when 9th of July comes, I can submit my final application. So I think that clarity is needed, and I am hoping that we will get that clarity as the day goes by. For everybody else who's listening to this video and trying to make sense of it, I would suggest, if you are interested in tech pathway, if you are yet to submit the initial application form, I would say come back and check this page very regularly. Check this page very regularly. There could be an update very soon, or some. I'm expecting some updates during the month, so that we are able to get some clarity on this. This clarity is needed. Right now, it doesn't look like we have that clarity. It's still ambiguous, so we have to wait to hear from the experts or the concerned authority. So that is what I wanted to cover in this particular video. Just have a very quick discussion on how do I see the numbers playing out, and see you in the next one. Thank you so much, and all the best. Don't worry, you all will get through. Don't worry about that.